The runners inching closer to the tapes. And they're off. Racing to the first fence in the JLT Novices Chase, Castafiore on the inside of the green sleeve Vindication. Yellow jacketed Lost in Translation wide of those. What a rev, very nearly went at the first, and Ruby Walsh was thrown forward in the saddle and has just about kept the partnership intact onto the next. And Vindication from Lost in Translation. Lost in Translation, the more fluent jump there from Vindication. 3 lengths then to Mengli Khan behind those, followed by Castafiore on the inside, then Kildesart in the green jacket, Defi de Searle, and then Prava Laguna, and they're tracked further back in the field by Capeland, and then Real Steel around the inside of Voix de Rêve, swinging the bottom left-hand turn. And on their way to a line of 4 fences as they head towards the grandstand for the first time. And Lost in Translation and Robbie Power by a couple of lengths to Vindication. A half length to Mengli Khan back in third. Castafiore on the far side is taking this in a share of 4, slightly out jumped by Defi de Searle and Kildesart on the outside. Prava Laguna is further back from Real Steel, and then Capeland, and finally Voix de Rêve. The leader reaching for that bad blunder from Vindication. A really bad mistake, and David Bass sitting tight on the inside of Mengli Khan, disputing second place. So Lost in Translation leading the way here by a length and a half to Vindication. Then Mengli Khan, followed by Defi de Searle and Castafiore and Kildesart. Great big leap by the leader, Lost in Translation there. Castafiore just losing a place or 2. Behind her then is Capeland from Prava Laguna with the white blaze on the outside of Real Steel, and then Voix de Rêve as they jump the fence in front of the stands. A circuit left to travel in this opening JLT Novices Chase, and Lost in Translation by a couple of lengths to Vindication on the inside of Mengli Khan, followed then fourth by the favourite Defi de Searle, then Kildesart out wide, Castafiore, Prava Laguna, and then Capeland, followed by Real Steel and Voix de Rêve at the rear of the field still after that early blunder. On to the next, a plain fence going slightly downhill. Lost in Translation coming in to take it. Over safely from Vindication, and nearly gone was Real Steel. Real Steel made a very bad landing there and just about survives. On towards the next. This is the water jump before an open ditch. Lost in Translation, Vindication, Mengli Khan. 1 or 2 mistakes in this field. Defi de Searle was just nudged along on landing there. Now onto an open ditch. Lost in Translation, Mengli Khan on the outside, Vindication the inside, followed then by Defi de Searle. And then wide of these is Kildesart, Prava Laguna to the outside of Capeland. Voix de Rêve has passed a couple. Castafiore and Real Steel are the last 2 as they jump the next plain fence, and now racing uphill and swinging left-handed towards the final open ditch. So Lost in Translation has made most of the running here. Mengli Khan now moving up well on the outside. Vindication towards the inside. Defi de Searle was really asked up there by Gerrit, responded well. Vindication was a little slow. Kildesart is in 5th place from Voix de Rêve, creeping forward on the inside as they approach the next. Lost in Translation comes in to take it on a good stride from Defi de Searle. And then on the outside, Mengli Khan. Vindication is pushed along around the inside of Kildesart. Prava Laguna, Voix de Rêve, 2 lengths to Capeland, Castafiore on the inside, and finally Real Steel at the fence at the top of the hill. This is 4 out. Great jump by the leader, under bad blunder from Capeland there, and only just got away with it and has dropped to the rear of the field. So about to run downhill now towards the 3rd last in the JLT, and it's Lost in Translation from Mengli Khan. Defi de Searle locked away on the inside. Vindication in the noseband. Kildesart towards the outside as they jump this one. Voix de Rêve has gone. Voix de Rêve unseats Ruby Walsh as they make their way to the home turn. Still Lost in Translation. Mengli Khan now ranging up to challenge in the hands of Jack Kennedy. Defi de Searle is going to turn in 3rd. They're chased then by Real Steel, recovering from a mistake. Vindication hard ridden. Kildesart and Castafiore onto the 2nd last. Lost in Translation, challenged by Mengli Khan and Defi de Searle on the outside. The leader jumping well again. Lost in Translation Translation is finding plenty. 2 lengths clear to Mengli Khan. Defi de Searle now rallying on the outside. Lost in Translation, a great jump again, but Defi de Searle was equally good, and they fight again, these two. There's 1-1 between them. Lost in Translation far side, but Defi de Searle has the superior pace and goes a length and a half clear, and it's Defi de Searle who clears away in the hands of Barry Geraghty to win the JLT Novices Chase. From Lost in Translation, Mengli Khan back in third, tight for fourth between Kildesart and Vindication.